Jacque, congrats on the win.
Thank you, Megan. We'll take that
I
thing.
know you guys. Fourth quarter, outscored them by 10.
Yeah.
It felt like it was just a 3-point party night in that fourth quarter. What changed and what opened up that allowed the guys to kind of get to their spots?
Yeah, I thought overall our driving kick was really good. Whether that was Spencer, Mikhail, Roy, CJ, down the line. I think they created for each other. Spacing was really good, so we were able to capitalize on that. And what a difference when that ball goes through the rim in our favor. So I think that was a big part of it.
You've mentioned the word creating for each other. For you guys as a group to have 33 assists, you had 10 in that first quarter. What impressed you about just the ball movement from everyone?
And that really becomes a sweet spot for us. If we can get 30 assists or more on a nightly basis, it just means we're moving the basketball. It means we're making shots also. But, what comes with that is the ability to continue to create for each other, continue to believe that your pass is the correct pass to make. That part of the game was really good for us.
Yeah, kind of going off. I mean, the three-point shooting for the first three quarters wasn't bad. Just wasn't. I think it was 32% going into the fourth. Just what would you make of it through the first three quarters that changed in the fourth?
I think it was just more rhythm to the shots that we got in the fourth, where the penetration that we had, making their defense collapse, like the looks probably were a little cleaner. I think overall, if we look at it from an analytical value, they probably was not close as the previous shots with the contest earlier in the game.
And just Sengun, if I'm pronouncing their big man's name right, just seemed like he kind of gave you guys some issues throughout the game. Just what would you make of the problems he created for you guys?
Yeah, we tried to give him different looks. We played him straight up. We had different guys on him. We trapped him in the post also. He spun out of one of those, and so very crafty. We knew coming to the game, great footwork. He displayed that. But I think he really hurt us on the rebounding piece. He was just strong. He was persistent. And, again, we gave up too many offensive rebounds tonight for sure.
When your team doesn't come out with that fire in that first punch, first half, were there any concern there for you, or did you just know that you guys were going to right the ship in the second half?
Oh, I didn't know. I was hoping, Christian, but we waited a long time to I guess, really dive into how we wanted to play. You love to be able to do those last 3 minutes and play that way at the beginning of the game. We were fortunate we were only down one at half. But I continue to learn about this group. I don't think there was a panic from this group. There was we got to get this win. Let's lock in right now. So that piece came from the group, which was good to see.
Was it just shot making or missing in your estimation, or were there other things that you guys had to clean up entering that second half?
No, I think at the end of the day, like at halftime, the premium focus going into this game was the transition defense. We were okay in the first half, but even if you give them one free layup, that's too many in our eyes. The offensive rebounding piece, which they were able to capitalize on, because we knew if they got to our paint and they drove the basketball, just the likelihood of offensive rebounds come because you're just closer to the rim. So those three areas we were okay with and pretty lucky to get a win tonight. But we're not going to give it back.
Jacque, what happened to Mikhail in the first half? It looked like he was flexing his hand quite a bit, and then he came out at halftime before everybody else to shoot around. Is he okay?
Everything seems to be okay from the first kind of. I get a quick synopsis from the group when we walk in together. I think he was trying to dunk that ball extremely hard with his left hand. That got him in a position to start shaking that thing a little bit. But so far, so good. Yeah.
And Cam Johnson's game, obviously, he's a guy who came here and he was like kind of a sixth man of the year candidate in Phoenix. You're giving him the chance to start, and it seems like he's blossoming.
He really has, and you're spot on with it. He's starting for us, playing more minutes than his previous destination. I think we've allowed him to shoot the basketball more than he did previously. He's handling the basketball in pick and roll. The first play out of halftime was for him. He makes the right decision with it. So really putting more in his hands, and he's responded.
Jacque, how important is it for you to see this team come together in crunch time, especially offensively, when you've had some problems there before? I mean, does it tell you something new about the team, and what does it do for their confidence?
Yeah, Barbara. I mean, that's a great point. I think if you can take anything from the game is really the last 3 minutes of the game, we were pretty impressive on both ends of the floor, except for the offensive rebound, which we were battling for. We didn't get all of them, but our ability to get the shots that we wanted. the spacing that we created for each other, it just shows growth from, a week ago, 2 weeks ago. So I walk away with it, and I told the group, we learned some lessons. We'll learn them with the win, more so than a loss, and that's okay. But overall, the group is growing together, trusting each other more, starting to understand what each other can do, and helping each other.
For Spencer, he mentioned on Sunday night that he took some of that blame for the loss against the Magic. And when you see him have a game like tonight, go 8-11 from the field, but I think he had 5 assists alone in that first quarter. And for him to end up with a double-double, what did you see from him, and what do you make of kind of like a bounce-back
You
performance?
give them credit, and that's what good point guards do. Sometimes they take the blame when the blame really goes across the board with everyone. That was a team loss for us. I think overall his response tonight was really good. I think he was not going to allow us to lose tonight, and whatever plays that need to be made, he was going to help our group make. That's just a sign of a good point guard and the sign of a guy that cares. Okay, guys.